Welcome, everybody, to the Creative Mike podcast. I am your host, Michael Molisco, also known as Creative Mike. And today, I want to talk about an unfortunate situation that happened to myself and one of my homeowners that were selling their property. Now, this video is not to really talk about what happened, but this video is to learn from and what not to do at a seller's home. When I first heard what happened, I was really taken back because after all the deals that I have done, this was something that I was never expecting to happen to one of my homeowners. And when I heard about what had happened, I was upset, I was sad, I felt sorry, I was angry. So I had a lot of feelings and emotions going through me at that time. One thing that I didn't want to do is I didn't want to explode and call this buyer that went there to see the property of my homeowners. And so I had to calm myself down. I had to speak to the homeowner, calm him down as well, let him know that it's not his fault, that I was not aware of what was happening, and nobody should ever go through this. And this is not the sort of thing that you should hear from another person. Let's get to the story. So the story is I have a property that we are currently under contract for, and I am selling. One of my buyers that purchases in that area had an interest. Now, I didn't know who this buyer was because I was joint venturing with someone else. And so joint venturing, what that essentially means is that I was working with another individual. We're great partners, and they weren't aware either of what had happened until I told them. My homeowner, his home is a little bit in shambles, disarray. There's a lot of stuff inside the house, a lot of stuff outside the house. The home really needs a full gut remodel or possibly even a tear down and a new build. When I first went to this property, everything was fine. We were cordial. We had some laughs. We had some great conversations, and I was able to sign the contract. Now, what had happened was we did a showing on this property, and the buyer called us back, said, hey, everything went extremely well. We're interested in purchasing this property. We want to get it under contract. And so me and my joint venture partner were excited. Okay, great. This homeowner can finally sell his property. Unfortunately, his father had passed away and he left the property to him, and it was only just him, and he wanted to move out of state. The condition of the property, a buyer would not be able to get any sort of financing, so he did have to sell cash. But what had happened was, after being so happy that we're going to be closing on this deal and we're going to be able to provide the solution for the buyer or the seller, and then he could move on with his life from this property, I get this text message. So I'm going to read it to you verbatim. Like I said, this is something that I have not experienced yet, but I guess when you do enough deals in this business, you will come across situations like this. I texted my seller, hey, hope all is well. I hope everything went well with the inspection. He says, yes, everything went well. And then he texts me this. Okay, I didn't appreciate that you sent a person to my home, and here's why. I know that the lady was talking about me to her husband in Spanish. But the way the house is and all the clutter and trash made me look like some kind of pig. I don't speak much Spanish, but I could understand a few things. Wow. I honestly don't have words for that. Knowing that Spanish language is like the second language in the United States, and a lot of the words are pretty similar to the English language. Some are very fluent in Spanish, and you just never know. I just couldn't understand, regardless of how the house looks like, why would anybody even say that? Even out loud. Like, I understand maybe you might think it in your mind. Being by the homeowner and saying that out loud is completely unacceptable. I had to reach out to the homeowner. We had a nice conversation. I let him know that I had nothing to do with this. I was not aware. Nobody deserves this. Nobody should be degraded in that kind of way, regardless if the other person understands the language or not. Lesson learned to everybody. Don't talk bad about people, and especially if you're there to purchase their home. You know the condition of the property. You know that they're selling it for cash. You're there to purchase the property and provide the homeowner a solution and a sale. I guess now I'm going to have to tell future partners or buyers, I honestly don't know what to do because this is an anomaly. Maybe this happens more often than not. People just don't talk about it. But the feeling that I got from it was just something that I cannot describe after I read that text message. But with that being said, that's my story. So if you speak another language, I don't care what it is, if you're at a homeowner's home, please do not talk bad about the homeowner, the condition they live in, or how the house looks like. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think about the comments from the buyer. And if you are not following me, give me a follow. And if you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below. And as always, stay creative, my friends.